So you and I think both, we like business. You know, we're kind of into it, like especially the sports business. It's amazing to me what people go cheap on. Like I've always said, like in life, transportation, toilet paper, and quarterbacks, don't go cheap. You know, you can go cheap on paper towels and water. But it's amazing to me, the Dallas Cowboys are worth $10 billion. Now think about that. So wouldn't you be willing to spend like more than $4 or $5 million on the head coach? I mean, I used to be critical of Dak Prescott. I'm sympathetic for Dak Prescott. I feel bad for him. He needs a life preserver. He's drowning with this team. The head coaching staff for Dallas, it's just suboptimal. Bad night, no energy, no juice. Offensive line got humiliated. Third most penalized team in the league. I mean, they haven't won a game where they didn't score 37-plus points. Second straight year, the defense is 31st. I mean, I feel bad for Dak. The NFL has far more poorly run teams than well-run teams. We all know the good ones. Seattle and Green Bay and Detroit and Baltimore and Buffalo and Kansas City. We know the well-run teams. When I watched the Dallas Cowboys last night getting hammered at home by a journeyman NFL quarterback, Dallas is a lot closer to the Saints and the Titans and the Jets. I mean, even right now, the Panthers have a pulse. The Panthers beat Dallas this year. But, I mean, they prioritize the wrong stuff. They won't spend money on a big-time coach. Folks, Mike Vrabel, first year, 8-9 games in, they're a playoff team. Sean Payton, most dead cap money in league history. Doesn't matter. Playoffs with a rookie quarterback. Jim Harbaugh took over a shipwreck. Playoff team. I mean, you got to pay them $19 million a year, $18 million a year, and you got to give them power and some control in personnel, and Jerry won't do it. But the longer Brian Schottenheimer's the head coach, it's like we've all had a bad manager. You know, I've been very, very lucky in my life. I've had almost singularly great management. But we've all had a bad boss somewhere, and the longer the bad boss is the boss, the worse it gets. It's bad in the first month. It's terrible after 6 months, and after a year, you're like, we need a new boss. But you could have had Sean Payton. He used to be an assistant there. You could have had Vrabel. I mean, you had a lot of opportunities, but you got to spend $20 million. But they're not willing to do it. Here's the other thing that I noticed with Dallas, is that you can't have any conditions in the NFL with winning. Bill Belichick was done when Bill Belichick said, I only want to coach certain players. When Bill Belichick said that, bro, you're done. You got to coach the best players, even if some of them aren't perfect human beings. They're young kids. They make a lot of money. They make mistakes. You can't have conditions. Jerry has conditions. He's willing to win if he has a say and he has control. That is not the NFL. This isn't college football where there's like the Ohio State roster is better than almost every team they play every week. That's not the way it is. A backup, Jacoby Brissett, he's been on 6 teams, the Patriots twice, walked into your building and rolled you. That's because you have conditions. Belichick had conditions. You can't do it that way. And the other thing is, when Jimmy Johnson was there and Parcells, there was friction. Friction's great. It's how it creates clarity. Jimmy doesn't want friction from his coach. He wants Jason Garrett. He wants Mike McCarthy. He wants Brian Schottenheimer. He wants comfort. So the two things you can't do as an owner in this league is seek comfort with your coach. The good ones are going to piss you off sometimes. The good ones are going to have an opinion. The good ones are going to want to have a say. I mean, Brian Schottenheimer, you saw that Pickens penalty last night. He doesn't want any part of the friction. And the other thing is you can't have conditions in this league. I mean, for years I was tough on Dak Prescott. I feel terrible for the guy. I will acknowledge, I do think eventually the Micah trade a year, 8 months from now in April or whatever it is, that will pay off. But that thing last night, that Dallas looked a lot closer to the Titans and the Jets than they did the Rams or the Eagles or the Ravens and the Bills. Unbelievable. Here's the other thing. Sean Payton used to be, he was coaching on the Cowboys on the offensive side. He left the Cowboys in 2006. And again, I know Sean pretty well. Okay? Sean's got an opinion. Sean's not easy. Sean is a good guy, but Sean's got an opinion. Bill Parcells has an opinion. Jimmy Johnson has an opinion. They're going to make life uncomfortable. They're going to confront you. Sean Payton's got an eye, and Jimmy, Sean, and Parcells may, in my opinion, have the best sense of personnel. Those guys, are really good on personnel. A lot of coaches aren't. Andy Reid admits that's not his thing. Some guys are play designers and play callers. Those guys are personnel guys. Jimmy knows personnel, maybe as good as any coach that's ever. Now, Jim Harbaugh, right out of college, also knows personnel. Peyton's good with personnel. You were all banging on that Harvey pickup in the second round. He's really good. And they got dead cap money everywhere, and he's banging, he's hitting with his GM on these players. But Peyton left in 2006. Since then, and by the way, he went to the worst team in the league. So Sean Payton went to the worst team in the league, and then he went to Denver with the worst dead cap money. Sean Payton's got 9 playoff wins since then. Jera has 4. You gotta seek discomfort in any business. But it is a mirror is what they need. That was embarrassing. And I gotta say this, for Jacoby Brissett, and I love these reclamation stories. I really do. I remember years and years ago, Parcells was telling everybody, I love this kid named Jacoby Brissett. I love him. He's just a pro. I really appreciate football players. They may not be stars, but they love the game, and they bounce around the league. And Jacoby Brissett, by the way, they are 6-point better in Arizona when he plays over Kyler Murray. It's been a bad year for small quarterbacks. Russell Wilson, Tua, and Kyler Murray since 2019 have 1 playoff win. And people were trying to convince me of Johnny Manziel, and I said, get out of here. And Dylan Gabriel, get out of here. Jacoby Brissett, oh, what a shock. Marvin Harrison on the same day complained he couldn't watch Arizona's offense because his son wasn't getting the ball. Marvin Harrison has his best game as a pro and the best move in the red zone by any receiver this year. So, and I got nothing against Kyler Murray. I've met him. I like him. I think he's the most elusive young quarterback I've ever seen, even more so than Russell Wilson. And I bought into it. But, you know, we got 5 years here. He hadn't been a Pro Bowler. He hadn't had a passer rating over 100. And here's the thing. I don't think he loves football, and I don't think that's a hot take. I'm the owner of Arizona. I know the former GM. I think he's super talented. But this has been a referendum year. Size matters. I'm looking at all these college quarterbacks. Mendoza's 6'5", Dante Moore 6'2.5", 6'3". These college quarterbacks, the Ole Miss kid's good, small, but good. But most of them are 6'1.5", 6'2.5", 6'3.5", and that's the key. We've tried to convince ourselves that size doesn't matter. But when you got McBride and Harrison, you need to deliver the ball over the middle of the field. Those guys need the ball on the run, underneath. And I mean, I'm watching them last night. I think Arizona reminds me of Indianapolis last year. Everybody was crushing the coach and the GM, and I see talent. I think Arizona's got dudes. I've been saying this for 2 years with the Colts. The Colts have dudes. They didn't have a quarterback. So you put Jacoby Brissett in, who's a bounce around the league journeyman, just Jacoby Brissett, and they're worth almost a touchdown more a game. It feels like, now here's I will say Kyler Murray is movable. You don't have to pay him. There's no guaranteed money, I think. Is it after next year? There's no guaranteed money. So he's movable, and I don't think the best GMs in the league will go after him, but he's super talented. If you're in chaos or you're desperate, you'll go get him. But the coach says after that really impressive win on the road, standalone game, that Brissett was good, but Kyler's the guy. Yeah, nothing's changed except the results. Who are we fooling here? You got to stop protecting. I mean, you really do. It's like in Indianapolis. I feel like I'm watching the Colts, where for 2 years I kept defending Chris Ballard. I'm watching the games. I like their players. They just don't have a guy to distribute it accurately enough. And we've been 5 years here with a passer rating under 100. And it just seemed like, to me, Jacoby Brissett unlocks that offense a little bit. So there you go.